What's going on, guys? So today, instead of looking at a knife, we are looking at an axe or hatchet, the Nedfoss Mammoth Camping Hatchet. Now, this is a really interesting hatchet, and I'm really interested to kind of get into this, dig into it, maybe have a dialogue with you guys in the comments about this specific hatchet. But first, I do want to mention that Nedfoss did send this to me free of charge, so take that for what it's worth, okay? So let's get into just a couple of the specs. And I do kind of want to move away from doing so many specs because I think they distract from the reviews. But we'll do a couple of specs. We'll talk about what I like, what I don't like, and then whether or not I would recommend it. So the Nedfoss Mammoth Camping Hatchet is about a 15-inch overall, 15.15. It has a 4.92-inch cutting edge. Now it's right under 5 inches, so nice big cutting edge on this hatchet. It has this dimension right here is 5.5 inches. Now that can be important for some people just for packability. So in case you want to bring this out in the woods, it does come with a leather sheath and it comes with metal wedges in case you do want to rehang it. Really interesting, and I'll get into that a little bit. So let's talk about what I like. I love the looks on this thing. When Nedfoss contacted me and asked me if I wanted to review any of their blades, I went to their Amazon store and I saw this and I said, I want to review this axe. This is what I want to review more than anything because of the looks of it. So look at this head, guys. I'll just take a second to kind of let you guys get a really good look at it. This appears to be a hand hammered head, right? This head looks incredible, right? It looks like it was made in a forge 300 years ago. So I love the looks of this. Not only do I love the looks of kind of it being hand hammered, I love the beard. I think the beard on this looks incredible. It looks like a Viking axe, and it's clearly kind of the design style they were going for. And so this, along with that kind of stained handle, I just think it looks incredible. I really, really appreciate the looks on this. Well done on the looks, Nedfoss. I think it's knocked it out of the park. So along with the handle, I do love that curve. A lot of axe handles are straight, and usually it's fine, but a lot of times you want to end up adding grip tape or something to kind of keep your hand to lock in. This has that curve right there. And for those of you guys who've handled a lot of axes or even knives, you know that having some sort of lip on the back or having a curve where your hand can kind of settle in, and when you're chopping, you do a lot of motions like this with an axe, right? So the force pulls your hand backwards, and having that little groove right there, that curve, is really going to lock your hand in. Another thing I like about this handle is I think the staining is really, really well done. It has this reddish stain instead of just no stain at all, or some sort of epoxy, some sort of polyurethane. So I really, really like the staining on this handle. And I know I mentioned it in looks, but I love the beard. And the reason I love the beard on this axe and on many axes is because so when you choke up on an axe to do, let's say, fine woodwork, you want to do some feather sticks or something like that, if you have a beard, you can get really, really high up, but you still have that cutting edge. If there's no beard on it, and let's say the cutting edge stopped right here and just went straight back, I would have to choke down to here, and I wouldn't have as much control over this axe head. So I love the beard, and I love the utilitarian aspect, along with the looks and how it looks like a Viking axe. So I think that's really cool. And the last thing are actually two more things I really like about it. I think it's really well hung. There's no looseness. The wedges are really well set. I believe they're called wedges. You guys let me know in the comments if there's another, kind of name for rehanging that. So I think it's really well hung. And the sheath, guys, is really excellent. So it's just a simple leather sheath that goes over the blade, but the stitching is really nice. You have the divots, that look to be copper. Really, really nice. It is real leather, and it looks to be 1/4 inch leather. And just on an axe for $40 to $45, which is what these kind of go for, having a sheath that fits really well, just having a sheath in general, never mind a really nice leather sheath, you really can't beat it. Last thing I do want to mention, it coming with the wedges to rehang it, I just think is a really nice touch. So well done on that, Nedfoss. Well done on the looks, the style, the utilitarian aspect of the head, and the sheath and the wedges. I think it's, there's a lot of good things about this axe. But that unfortunately brings me to what I don't like about this axe, and it's one giant glaring thing that unfortunately I can't get over. This angle on this edge is not only uneven, but it is way too dull and way too wide. This will not bite into wood at all. I made a little short video you may have seen on my YouTube channel, and it would not bite into wood. Not only because it's too wide, but because the edge is uneven, and when you strike, you don't know where the edge is. So I tried to take a stone to it, tried to sharpen it. It needs a belt sander, and it needs to be completely reground, unfortunately. Now you guys can see that. This is after me having tried to sharpen it for a while. Unfortunately, guys, that is the big glaring bad issue with this axe. It just came way too dull and with way too thick of an edge. Now, this is just one product example. I'd love to get my hands on another one. Nedfoss, if you're watching, send me another one with a better edge and I will redo this video. I love the looks and I love the style, but unfortunately that terrible edge issue is something that's gonna make me not be able to recommend this blade. I can't tell you guys to go out and buy it because my product sample just did not have a good edge. Now, if you love the looks, you love the style, it is 1066, by the way, steel, so it's a good, solid kind of axe steel that we see in a lot of axes. If you like the looks, you like the style, and you say, you know, I don't mind regrinding that, I love the look so much, I say go for it. It's 40 to 45 bucks. You're not really going to be missing out on much. But as a tool itself, unfortunately, I cannot recommend this tool. Guys, let me know if you have experience with this blade if with this axe. I'd love to hear if you guys have had this and you've had the same edge issue, or if you've had this and your edge has been totally great. So I'd love to hear those things in the comments, so let me know. But right now, the Nedfoss Mammoth Camp Hatchet is not a recommend. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you next video. Peace.